This thing rolling. I was doing a video before and the phone rang, threw me all off. Night of Champions recap and results. Raw happened last night. Definitely didn't watch yet, but Night of Champions, I did get to see. NXT Battleground, I did get to see. Depending on how I feel, we'll do both. But for right now, let's definitely stick with Night of Champions because we have, just no civilization could be conquered from the outside before it implodes itself from within. And that's exactly what's happening with the bloodline. We've got a new Eurocontinental heavyweight constellation champion in Seth Rollins, which is awesome. AJ Styles looked great. One small spoiler, I seen AJ and Seth end up teaming up on Raw. I don't know how I feel about AJ on Raw if he's already been moved to SmackDown after this draft. These drafts are already, all of these situations are already starting to look like the simulation of the ideas again, and that's not cool. We understand it's sports entertainment. We understand it's supposed to be a level of suspension of disbelief, but at the same time, there needs to still be a very real element of just realism in what we're looking at. We're looking at television, we want to be able to respect the television. We all have our real life situations and such like that, but we want to be able to take resonance with whatever is being conveyed on television, inspired by the minds that put the television together, not just some old, run-of-the-mill, we got some solid inspiration from this place or that place, but at the end of the day, it has to go through one name, and that's the end of it. I'm getting bored immediately. I'm just calling that. Whatever. Seth is the new champion. That's what's up. He beat AJ. What do we have after that, and who do we have? Paying attention. We got Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. Zoe Stark came out for the interference and the shenanigans to get Trish the victory. That's good. I mean, if we get a new superstar on TV, what's that gonna do? Except just throw her into the new mix of all of these females that think they're on the line already and need to be next on that line. But we're going to see if the promos can match all of the energy that these two have came with, and I'm optimistic for it all. So good on Becky, good on Trish. Let's see if, I haven't had to see Raw and see what we get after that, but whatever. Intercontinental Champion Gunther beat Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali was only out there for the color of his skin. They gave him the Mansoor package, and they already see that they couldn't use Mansoor this year because they've already made him look like such an embarrassment to the very devout Muslim folk of Saudi Arabia or whatever so have you. It's obvious. And I'm not against him looking the way he looks per se, even though it's these jobber teams, these nobody teams, unless they're happy in that position, which nobody should be happy in this enhancement talent position. Nobody should be happy just as an entertainer. You're a sports entertainer. So when we're not seeing the athletic element to what you do, as opposed to just the simple hokey, slapstick, entertaining element of what you're being told to do, it's I can't get behind you. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to get behind Maximum Male Models from the Triple H administration. Now that the old man is back, I'm not seeing anything worth it. Maxine is great. Now she's trying to run with Otis. But we've already seen Otis do this with girls. Just like he tried to make one of the Viking Raiders a super ladies man for a minute. He just has a thing with making a really ugly person the most attractive, getting the hot girl. Remember Otis and Mandy? That Mania year when we was stuck at the Performance Center? He's doing it again. So I'm not really the happiest with what he's trying to convey to the product. And this is exactly why I'm back now. You see, Triple H didn't need any help. Clearly, this guy needs all of the help because the entire builds, everything since Mania has been really just boring television. And I'm trying to use every little bit of my own, and what's the word, imagination and ability to suspend my disbelief to make sense of it for myself. It's not necessarily something I would want to publicize to an audience, though. So it's like, if I don't want to publicize it to an audience, why is he? Well, he's getting paid to do so. And that's where we start to question the passion and love for this again. I think he's only doing this to line his pockets. What, he's gonna go crazy and do some stupid shit if he's on his own for too long? Man, take a lower position within the company. Like, he lied to everyone. He lied. But we'll get there. What we got next? Women's champion Rhea Ripley versus Natalie. Why is Natty? Well, Natty she was part of that first women's match in Saudi Arabia, so it was a lot of history being made. Just the same thing with Sami Zayn. Very moving stuff. We could talk as much shit as we want to talk about everybody on roster and whoever wants to feel like they're above the roster. But at the end of the day, we all stand as a united front. So, and I say that completely outside of the roster, completely beneath or whatever. And I wouldn't put myself beneath. They're not beneath me. It's only one person that wants to put people above and below when it comes to this. Like, we'll save that shit for the actual television element. But then even still, because it's already predetermined, it's like, ew, like, we don't trust your predeterministical skills. That's how I'm feeling. So the fact that he lied about getting back in, I have an issue with that. Natty taking on Rhea was obvious. A quick match, just get it done. Got it done. Rhea won. Shouts to mommy. We already know how that's going to go. Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes. Why did Brock even want to fight to begin with? Look at this face. I feel like Brock is mad because he put himself out there to get his face scratched up like that. He thought he was going to be able to run down on Cody and just get an easy win. And Cody let him do what he do. Cody let him have his moment. Cody said, yo, you want your big entrance? You want the big everything? And he did that. And when he turned on Cody, it was like, no, you don't have a reason. So now that we see that he doesn't have a reason, him getting fucked up is his reason. So then what? Oh, we doing this not last man standing. We just went through one of those. Now we doing this little submission shit. And, oh, I'm going to fight. I didn't see a fight. I saw a nice little match. But ultimately, now that I've said all my little bit of bullshit, which I can say more, but I won't. That match, it begins to humanize Brock Lesnar for smaller opponents, in my opinion. And we don't want too much of a humanized Brock Lesnar. We always want to see Brock Lesnar be able to run through and kill everything, but we're all starting to see a lot of the old man's patterns and habits behind what he thinks about even himself, with the biggest ego in the room. He wants a Roman. He wants Roman to be untouchable. He wants Roman to have all the championships. He wants Roman to be able to come and go as he pleases. But now just look. Roman can't even be around like that because his contract dictates that he doesn't need to be around like that. You see what I'm saying? That's like me watching the product and then taking a couple of months off because I can just do that. One, because fuck that, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to stress myself out the rest of most of the internet wrestling community ends up stressing themselves out week by week. All because of the poor, very short-term, short-sighted booking practices being put into practice by whoever claims to be on that creative team. I almost question where the creative content officer is. But I realize, and I know exactly where he's at. He is stuck somewhere with his hands tied. So there's nothing we can do except wait for this motherfucker to retire for real. And I wanted to say it a little differently, but, I'm not going to wish any of that stuff on anybody. Like, he's around. Like, I've seen old people go back in the crib and lose it all. I know that's something that he fears, just like a lot of other people. And in my opinion, he's not a socially acceptable individual at all. That's why he has a private jet. He's not going to survive around regular human beings. It's not the fanfare. Like, you want a challenge for Vince? Let's give Vince a challenge. Bring your stupid ass back to TV. Bet you can't do that. I'm right here live and direct. Niggas don't gotta see me. I choose to be seen. Where's Vince? He's not on TV. He gotta hide behind the camera. Oh, I want to be back here where the magic is. Word to them stupid ass fucking Reeboks. No, nigga, you just can't come back on TV, but you want to project yourself on TV. So we want to try to help you out and support you, but we're not going to support an extremely lackluster product that doesn't really have any make, rhyme, or reason behind it. Like, if you want no rhyme or reason, then we'll just start pissing you off. But then what? Now he gets to be immature. Well, you know what? I've got 49 fucking reasons as to why your immaturity isn't going to work here anymore. And this is why Brock Lesnar is going to lose at SummerSlam to Cody Rhodes. Tag team champions KO, Sami Zayn defeated Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Bloodline fucked him up. Asked for it, deserved it. He earned it. He talking crazy to the boys that keep his shit together at the end of the day. He been doing that. He's not a tribal chief. When you want to chief your tribe correctly. You want to take care of your people. He's not taking care of them. All he did was get them a championship. They defended that championship. He barely jumped into matches. You see what I'm saying? He didn't help out. He didn't do much of anything recently. He's just been there. So knowing that, what we got? Got a couple of highlights. NXT Battlegrounds, a cool thing. Breaker had a dog mask. Creed Brothers and Gallus. There was something that happened during that Gallus match with the Creed Brothers, correct? Well, that was something that kind of had my eyes. Lyra Valkyria. Looks like a knee injury. It looks to be unfortunate, and we want to see her back. Myself and Lyra, just like myself and Yulisa Leon, we've got. I have different moments in time where these women superstars, these female superstars, these superstars in general, they've also had big days and pivotal moments around those times. So yeah, we want to shout out Lyra and hope that she gets well soon. And we're gonna congratulate Tiffany Stratton and then Yulisa Leon whenever she gets there with Valentina Feroz when they get where they need to go. You know, I'm really believing in the future of the women's division. It's taking a while. It's taking a lot longer than it did with the NXT 1.5 days, the 1.0 days, really 1.5 in my opinion, because that's when they had the strongest women's division in all of pro wrestling. But for right now, you know, I've got my names I'm waiting for. My people I'm waiting to see. I haven't seen Raw yet, so I'm not going to say anything yet in complaint. But we're all just waiting. So shouts to Lyra. Shouts to Tiffany. Shouts to Braun and Mello. They went and killed it. Shouts to Trick. They went and killed that. I definitely enjoyed what I saw. Let's see what else if we get anything at all. Nah, I think that was pretty much the most I needed to throw out there as far as everything. It was an enjoyable show, man. And the mystery attacker is gonna come outside. Oh yes, weaponized cage match tonight on NXT. That's one I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm not pulling for any one of them. I love Gigi and JC just as toxically and equally. So I have no picks. If I was to sit here talking about Gigi, I don't even know who Priscilla Kelly was, and I don't watch anything outside of WWE, respectfully. You know, so the fact that you know, Gigi has come in and maintained her fanfare the way she has, and you know, she has had a very difficult upbringing. I'm about to say strong, but it made her strong, and you can see it in the way she is. Let's not be corny, let's not be lame, let's just know that this is how most of the motherfucking fan base feels. That doesn't mean change your vocal tones and inflections to try to fit that shit and redo the feeling. Stop trying to redo feelings. You compound them. So you got to stay the same way. As soon as, oh man. Yo, I already got thoughts on it. I can sit here for another motherfucking 20 minutes literally rambling on about it, and it's not worth it. So, hey, yo. The only thing that matters is whether or not we see Vince McMahon on TV this week. This week. If it don't happen, shut your ass up and stay the fuck off my goddamn